Structure and transportation that reflect the changes our island is going through. Together, we can achieve recognition and results that make it possible for Guam to thrive like never before.
Paid for by Shelton for Congress, Johnny Cole Torres, Treasurer.
KUAM TVH, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime. After less than a week of trial and a day in deliberations, a mom was found guilty of negligent homicide in the death of her one-year-old baby boy. Over 2,600 people show up to vote early ahead of this weekend's primary. One voter telling us he wants a clean government.
A Parisian experience, no doubt, 8 of Guam's finest athletes competing here in Paris, France during the 2024 Paris Olympics. Mick Delgado with the latest as the games get underway here in the City of Light.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Tomas Manglonia, filling in for Nick Delgado, who is currently on assignment in Paris. Thank you for starting your week off with us. Just before news time, one of the drivers involved in a serious car accident in Harmon just over a week ago has died. The Guam Police Department confirming the death today. Officers responded to the two-car collision along Route 16 by Today's Realty in Harmon on July 20th around 11 p.m. At the time, both drivers were sent to the hospital with serious injuries. No word yet on the other driver's condition. GPD says the investigation is ongoing and further information will be forthcoming. This marks the 7th life lost on our roads this year. GPD reminds the community to slow your speed and wear your seatbelts. Anyone with information relating to the investigation is asked to call police dispatch at 671-475-8615 through 671-475-8617 or contact Guam Crime Stoppers through their P3 application online. A mother accused in her son's death now faces 10 years in prison after a jury delivered its verdict in the case. Destiny Cruz has more from the courtroom.
A jury has reached a verdict for a mother accused of killing her one-year-old son last November. On Monday morning in Superior Court, jurors finding Gilton and Ramungmo guilty of negligent homicide as a third-degree felony and child abuse as a third-degree felony and misdemeanor. Deliberations wrapping up last Friday afternoon and continuing into early today. The verdict coming after jurors viewed graphic photos of the child's injuries and heard final arguments from both sides. As KUAM reported, the murder case unfolded the day after Halloween in November 2023 at Ramungmo's home in Dedido. Authorities arrived to find the young boy lifeless. Ramungmo telling 911 operators that her son had bumped his head and fallen out of the crib. However, prosecutors pointing out during the trial that Ramungmo later told police she had been changing bed sheets and forgot that the baby was on the bed, resulting in the child hitting the wall and falling to the ground. Former Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Jeffrey Nine previously testified that the child's cause of death was from blunt force injuries to the head, consistent with battered baby syndrome, with the manner being homicide. Ramungmo now faces 10 years in prison. Destiny Cruz, KUAM News.
I've endured many emotional struggles while pursuing this perceived path of justice for several years. Those are the words from a woman who alleged she was sexually assaulted by local doctor Oguchoku Akoma. It's been tough to get the case back before a jury after a mistrial now. The alleged victim says she no longer wants to testify, pointing blame at the prosecution for her decision. Nick Delgado reports.
No faith and no support from the prosecution. That's what an alleged sexual assault victim argues forced her to step away from testifying against her abuser. Deanna Tyron wrote to senators calling for oversight to strengthen the Attorney General's office. She's speaking out after her experience in the case against Dr. Oguchoku Akoma. Tyron telling KUAM, "I have endured many emotional struggles while pursuing this perceived path of justice for several years now. I feel deeply hurt and let down by some of our island's premier leaders who continue to not meet the needs and address the concerns of their constituents, including myself. The pain that has been inflicted on me from my experiences with this individual seems to be just another statistic and case for them, and as a result, other survivors and myself continue to live with the absence of justice in our everyday lives and permanent state of discomfort because of the harm that was done onto us." She adds survivors deserve to feel safe and protected. "Hopefully some good will come of this. I will not be victim shamed for telling the truth."
Eventually, this case is going to be dismissed.
Dr. Akoma is facing sexual misconduct allegations set for retrial after the defense contends it was previously goaded into a mistrial based on the government's error. Defense attorney Jay Ariola.
And the AG's office has been grossly incompetent in the prosecution of this case the first time around. Their efforts at prosecuting my client and using this relatively simple misdemeanor case is really disgusting. And people think, oh, it's the victim needs her day in court, and it's the big bad doctor abusing this and that, and it's just not right.
But Attorney General Doug Moylan responded by writing to the Speaker of the Legislature, stating he takes the victim's message very seriously, saying his staff have worked very hard with Tyron. The AG saying the court previously declaring mistrial created problems, adding they remain committed to helping victims. Meantime, a new court date has not yet been set. Nick Delgado, KUAM News.
An urgent call to convene as more than a handful of public schools may not be able to open has led to lawmakers heading into emergency session Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. With the new school year nearly here, Senator Dwayne St-Nicholas calling to discuss Bill 317, which would allow 19 public schools awaiting sanitary inspections to operate in school year 2024 to 25. Schools at risk of not opening include Maria Uzoa Elementary, VSA Benavente Middle, and Southern High School, among others. DPHSS is ready to inspect but notes the approaching sunset of Public Law 37-32, which allowed GDOE schools to open while awaiting inspection for school year 2023 to 2024. 7 deaths in the last 4 years were classified as fentanyl-related overdoses on Guam. In a special video address over the weekend, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero said there is an urgent need for action as the drug is starting to cast its dark shadow over the island. She also disclosed that Guam Customs recently seized 118 pills suspected of being fentanyl. She outlined her plan to address the issue.
I will continue to enact new laws like those just passed by our legislature to unequivocally punish convicted drug kingpins with decades in prison, not months or years. Moreover, if someone dies because you knowingly provided them with fentanyl or a fentanyl-laced substance, you are responsible for their death and you will be punished.
Early voting ends at this hour as the Guam Election Commission readies for a test election and primary day this weekend.
Be honest with you, a clean government's all I ask, nothing else.
Bill Duenas from Santa Rita is one of many voters who came out for the last day of early voting ahead of this weekend's primary election. He said he's focused on the mayoral race. The economy is top of mind.
Because I tell you, it feels like I can't deal with it anymore, that I'm like moving out of this island, really. You know, I mean, it just don't make sense why we have to, what's the cost of living out here, just ridiculous, you know. And our legislature, they're sure ain't helping us, that's for sure. I mean, my opinion.
That's one of many opinions driving voters early to the polls. The Guam Election Commission provided the latest numbers earlier this afternoon.
As of this moment, we have about a little over 2,600. We are expecting that number, of course, to increase because it is the last day today. Today is the last day, so we are seeing a little bit of a rush. And then, of course, after the election the early voting period is over, we're going to take all the absentee ballots and applications, and then we're going to go ahead and vet through them, package them, and get them ready for distributions on election day.
He said there are roughly 60,000 registered voters for the primary. They expect that number to increase by at least 3,000 for the general.
Please come out and vote this year.
In other news, an investigation is underway after the Chamorro Land Trust Commission discovered 4 allegedly unauthorized undersea cables traversing through their submerged lands in Pidi. The CLTC is accusing tech giants Google and Tata Communications for the landings, which they say they aren't being paid for. Matsuki Hirayama reports.
An investigation is underway after the Chamorro Land Trust Commission discovered unauthorized undersea cables running through Pidi. There are at least 4 of them spanning from Timpungan Reef Flat to Pedro Santos Park, according to the CLTC. During a public hearing Friday before lawmakers, CLTC Acting Administrative Director Joey Cruz admitting they were unaware of the landings and only found out a few months ago when a Google representative asked to meet.
We were surprised that the individual from Google had mentioned they have a cable named Echo that has been landed in Pidi and will come up towards Santos Park. And of course we did question, where did you get your permits? But unfortunately we weren't provided any, so we followed up with an email.
As KUAM reported, earlier this year, Google, alongside the governor, announced the construction of 2 new undersea cables from Guam to Fiji and to French Polynesia. It's unclear if this is the same project, but Cruz says they have not received a permit application from Google. The CLTC also identifying Tata Communications as the other tech giant responsible for the alleged unauthorized landing of a cable called Tata TGN Pacific.
We sent them a letter inquiring and requesting for permits, any authorizations that they may have in relation to the PD landing site. We have not received any responses yet.
Undersea fiber optic cables laid on the ocean floor around the world are responsible for nearly all transcontinental internet traffic, a lucrative market worth billions of dollars, and Guam is a growing hub for digital connectivity. The Guam Undersea Access for Homes Act passed last term established landing and licensing fees as a funding source for the Land Trust Survey and Infrastructure Fund. But with the allegedly unauthorized landings, the underwater network is not making the CLTC any money.
Currently, CLTC does not have the mechanism to assess any back rent for commercial companies who are utilizing CLTC property without authorization.
Yeah. Cruz asking lawmakers to open a dialogue on a fee structure for back rent so the CLTC gets fair and just compensation. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
And the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority Board met last week covering an array of topics. One of the items discussed was the 18% pay hike for nurses, which DMH Administrator Lillian Perez-Posadas believes has helped with the nurse retention. As KUM reported back in April, Governor Lulian Guerrero has signed for the pay raise to help with critical nurse shortage at Guam's only public hospital.
Last year, we reported for the year January to December 2023, we lost 79 nurses. And we only gained about 41. This year so far, we have gained 29 nurses and we've only lost 21, hopefully no more.
She also provided an update on COVID cases as well. In June, they saw about an average of 2 to 7 individuals coming into GMH with COVID. This month alone, cases spiked to 14, but she notes that there has been a rise in cases on a national level. There has also been a significant uptick in COVID-19 cases among hospital staff, with 254 employees testing positive this year, with 58 of those cases in July.
The employees are not so severe, not so critical, but they're manageable. But they do get to stay home under isolation, self-isolation.
The next board meeting is set for September. We'll be right back.
I'm Ginger Cruz, and I'm running for Congress because the stakes have never been higher. I have the experience, the ethics, and the judgment to deliver for Guam, and my opponents know it. So I guarantee the people afraid to lose will care more about trash talk than real talk. That isn't me. I will confront every lie and debunk every false claim. And I will show you how we use the truth to take out the trash. Visit gingercruz.com. You want the truth? Just ask. I'm Ginger Cruz, and I approve this message.
Guerrero. I am voting for Joe.
I am Ernie Caceres. I am voting for Joe.
I am Rose Tapasna Mesa, and I am voting for Joe.
I am Kathy Leon Guerrero, and I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Hope Benavente de los Reyes, and I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Marilyn Tablante. I'm voting for Joe.
I am Deb Kenga. I am voting for Joe.
My name is Michael Gofigan Tapasna, and I am voting for Joe.
I'm Ray Leonger. I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Benjamin D. Mesa Jr. I'll be voting for Joe.
I'm Pete Johnson, and I'm voting for Joe. Whoa.
Dreaming is the easy part. I've been doing that since I started competing at a young age. As a triathlete all these years later, that dream is what keeps me going. Thanks to the support of my sponsors like Community First, I can put my all into training and competing full-time. I'm proud to represent Guam all over the world, and with our community behind me, that dream is becoming my reality.
Community First, supporting success stories one member at a time.
Going for Gold is presented to you by Prime Hydration and C2O Coconut Water, distributed by PDC Wholesale.
Regine Tugade has already made history as Guam's first female track star to compete in the Olympics for a record third time. And as you'll now see, it's the strength and guidance of the other amazing women in her family who have gotten her to this point.
Regine Tugade, she is our first female three-time athlete, and Jean Tugade is a very, very proud mama.
Of course.
History in the making, Jean. So congratulations to you and your family, first of all.
Thank you.
All right. To be the parent of an Olympian, I can't even say this because I've never been the parent of an Olympian, but to be the parent of a one-time Olympian is amazing. What does it mean to you and your family to say that, you know, like our daughter has put in all of that work, she's always demonstrated excellence and commitment and discipline, and to now go for the third time and make history?
Of course, I feel blessed. You know, having her, I mean, you know, when you have children, when you have kids, it's already a blessing. But for her to represent her, Guam, the sports that she liked and excelled and keep excelling and always in the newspaper, I mean, of course, who won't be proud?
And your family is very, very involved in track. I would say this is the first family of track because, of course, your one of your other four children, Riza, is over there in Paris, also helping Regine as the coach. Yeah, and she's shout out to Riza too. She's an excellent hammer thrower. but what does the sport of track and field mean to your family, and how did you all get into it?
It all started with Riza. You know, and then in middle school, but you know, when she was in middle school, I never wanted her to be in sports because I don't want my kids to be hurt. And then she just, Mom, I just want to do it. Okay, I let her do it. And then she started excelling in her throws in middle school, and then also in high school. And then when her siblings, when Regine became in the middle school, I think Riza was the second coach in middle school, so that started it, and then the rest of the siblings followed.
Going for Gold is presented to you by Prime Hydration and C2O Coconut Water, distributed by PDC Wholesale. POV is brought to you in collaboration with United Airlines. Special thanks to the Office of the Governor of Guam.
Team Guam is ready to compete in Paris. Nick Delgado is there and brings us your Pacific Olympic voyage.
KUAM has arrived in the City of Lights for the Paris 2024 Olympics. The games are now underway, the training ongoing. And who can forget the incredible opening ceremony on the Seine River? Guam sprinter Joseph Green was the flag bearer alongside wrestler Raquela Arquino. The morning after still had crowds up and down the river taking photos of the Eiffel Tower as Olympic crews broke down from the ceremony. Meanwhile, not far north at the training facility, we meet up with two from Team Guam, sprinters Joseph Green and Regine Tagati.
Bonjour.
Both ready to make Guam proud during their respective events here in Paris.
Yeah, but it was a great experience. It was really, really unique.
Yeah, it was my first Olympics, so I think it was amazing. Paris put on a great show, and so yeah, it rained, but it kind of brought a little aspect to it, the memorabilia aspect, so yeah.
And you're the flag bearer.
Yes, that was something special too. I'm completely honored that I was chosen. I mean, I am the only male, but it was still an honor to carry my country's flag.
What was each of your favorite part of it, celebration? Was it an artist, was it a performer, was it being on the Seine?
Well, two things. Being that close to the Eiffel Tower with the rings was just the perfect backdrop, and just getting to walk in front of it. Second is definitely Celine Dion. I love her.
Yeah, mine would probably be the Eiffel Tower as well. They put on a super good light show, so I like that. I think my memorable moment though was kind of a weird moment when that guy in all blue came out. I was like, what's this? What's going on? But no, it was fun though. It was really something to remember.
How are you guys feeling now that the time has finally come for you guys to compete?
It's just like as each day goes, I'm getting more and more nervous. When we first got here, I was like, all right, let's work. I wasn't really stressed out. Now I'm just kind of getting all jittery.
I'm kind of the opposite. Each day comes, I'm getting more and more relaxed. I'm getting more zoned in. So I think I'm seeing a lot more people that I know too. So it's kind of helping me be like, okay, I've dealt with this before. I've seen these people before. So I'm kind of getting in my zone, getting locked in. So.
And a message to all those who's rooting for Team Guam.
Thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you, Governor. I definitely saw that one this morning, actually. But it's really heartwarming to know that we have, the love and support from everyone on island. That's really why I do it. So.
Yeah, no, thank you, everybody, for even shouting us out. If you guys stayed up and watched the opening ceremony, that means a lot to me. It means a lot to the team. And we're just thankful that we have our people behind our backs.
The athletes, no doubt, ready to compete. And up first for Team Guam in judo is Maria Ascano at the Shonda Mars Arena. Officials say more than 9 million tickets have been sold for the events unfolding over the next couple of weeks. Nick Delgado, KUAM News, Paris.
All right, thanks, Nick, and best of luck to all the athletes. Now, in regional news, CNMI Governor Arnold Palacios will meet with Star Marianas on Wednesday after the airline announced its plans to terminate air service in October due to fee-setting disputes with the Commonwealth Ports Authority. Over the weekend, Palacios said the airline services are not merely a convenience for our people, but a necessity that impacts economic growth and development, residents' access to healthcare, education, and overall quality of life. Tinian Mayor Edwin Aldan and Rhoda Mayor Aubrey Holkog wrote to Star Marianas urging them to reconsider, noting that they are the only commuter airline within the NMI. KUAM has reached out to the Commonwealth Ports Authority for comment. On Friday evening, 28 men and women were pinned by loved ones, officially making each and every one of them an officer with the Guam Police Department. The officers make up the 14th cycle, a cycle that is the largest cohort in 26 years, which is comprised of 11 women, the largest number of women for a cycle ever. During a ceremony at the Dusitani Guam Resort, the new GPD officers were praised for their hard work and determination since their journey began in November 2023, and their overall passion to serve and protect the people of Guam. The class valedictorian was Caleb Nesmith. The graduation and addition is much needed as it breathes life into GPD, which has been dealing with a shortage of manpower. It's time for a look at your world at home. Here's a view of the sunset on Saipan and Micro Beach.
Hafaday, this is Amanda Shelton. It's been my privilege to serve as your senator since 2019 to advance an agenda built on the needs and aspirations of the people of Guam by building consensus with both Democrat and Republican colleagues. Together, we've secured funding for critical programs, strengthened existing laws, and championed new legislation. We did so with recognition and respect for the many and diverse constituencies that make up our island. And its skills, experience that I'll use to advocate for Guam and Washington. Everyone has ideas. Experienced legislators are both mindful and respectful of others' ideas, but experienced lawmakers also know how to build consensus and turn ideas into action. I'm ready to do the heavy lifting for our island in Congress, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Paid for by Shelton for Congress, Johnny Cole Torres, Treasurer.
Shelley Calvo, successful entrepreneur, philanthropist, proud mother and grandmother. Shelley's broad experience spans from Silicon Valley management to chairing Guam's Homeless Coalition. As our senator, Shelley will create career opportunities for our next generation, pull people out of poverty, and will vigorously protect Guam's children from predators. Shelley is equal parts passion and compassion. If bringing values and unity to the legislature is important to you, please vote Shelley Calvo for senator.
Docomo Pacific is on a mission. Whether you're a small business or a large enterprise, we believe fast internet's no longer just an option, it's a necessity. That's why we're committed to bringing fiber to everyone. As your business needs expand, we're working to bridge the digital divide by making strong, swift connections scalable to any business, ensuring you have the connectivity required and then some. Building for tomorrow's needs today. Fiber for everyone. Docomo Pacific Business.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around.
life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Okay, everybody, summertime is coming to a close. We got a couple more weeks, so, enjoy it while it's still here. And if you are an intern in the Governor's Summer Youth Employment Program, the DYA is announcing that the final check distribution is going to happen this Friday. Center Court, again, shopping center, starting at 10 in the morning. You got to provide a photo ID to come by. Make sure to attend the annual Pink Ball because this is world-class entertainment for a cause that is so near and dear to all of us. Love rocks. That is the theme, and that is absolutely apropos because Mig and Constantine are going to provide their amazing gifts. Please make sure to donate, to show your support, to show your love because it's what we do as Guamanians. We are supporting the Harvest House and the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. And the general membership meeting for the Saipan Chamber of Commerce is being held on August 7th, starting at 11:30 in the morning. This is going to happen in Charlie's room at PIC. Love it, man. I gotta go up to Saipan real soon. The PIC up there is amazing. I'm partial to our PIC here because I got a lot of friends that work there. But that's what's happening today in Newsnights.
Now time for your birthday wishes. Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday to Darian Borja and Katrina Petrus. To the both of you, please enjoy your special day. We love you both from the entire family. I would like to wish my granddaughter this wonderful shout out says, a belated happy 6th birthday to Natalia Joy from her baby sister Natasha Janae. Mommy, Daddy, and the entire family say we love you. And Elora Charlotte, happy belated birthday to another one of our KUM kids from Mommy, Daddy, Kuya, and the rest of the family. We love you so much and hope you continue to grow and have many more birthdays to come.
That's your primetime show. Let's do it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm Tomas Manglonia. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful, Guam. Hafaday and aloha from Hawaii, where we've been reporting from the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture. Welcome to the program as we recap some of the biggest highlights from the festival.
Representation at FestPAC is super important because this is where you share about who we are, what we are, and we cannot miss this because this is where things are new, some things are beginning. Youth ambassadors are here. We brought 6 youths of dancers which are going to have that exposure. It's the first time we did a souvenir book on FestPAC. We're going to share that with the 28 countries that are here. And so, we're just excited to tell the world who we are. And what makes this more special is because it's the first time it's held in the United States. We are a U.S. territory. We cannot not come. We are a U.S. territory. We must participate.
It's one way for us to promote and perpetuate our culture, our beautiful dances that our kids that we have that our teachers have handed down to our students. It's always nice to go out and meet other culture and the Pacific. And what better way together, everybody on both Chamorro and the Caribbean come together and promote cinema.
What's important to be here as an artist because there's a lot of things that connect us to all the Pacific Island nations, whether for carving, sailing, arts. So there's so many different ways to connect the Pacific Island nation together, and this is one of the events that you see different type of styles from different countries around the Pacific.
Congressman Michael St. Nicholas wants to return to the U.S. Congress in his upcoming 2024 election. In his last term in Congress, he delivered more than anyone would have imagined. He addressed long-standing issues. For 70 years, the Manamco and Guam waited and waited to receive their war claims compensation. In his first term in office, Congressman Michael St. Nicholas refused to back down until he resolved this issue. As a result, hundreds of Manamco have finally received their war claims, but Guam needs more. If re-elected, Congressman Michael F.Q. St. Nicholas wants to deliver supplemental security income. In his last term in office, he has already started the necessary groundwork to include Guamanians in the SSI program. Let's put former Congressman Michael St. Nicholas back into office so he can get the job done.
I'm Michael F.Q. St. Nicholas, and I approve this message.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries, to outdoor living, to everyday fashions for the family. We've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands you know, at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart. The ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
The Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture is the world's largest celebration of Indigenous Pacific Islanders. We got to see over 20 participating nations under one roof as they gathered at the festival village in Hawaii.
Show off. It's jokes, it's jokes.
Representing the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas Island.
Is this your first FestPAC?
Yes.
What do you think about it so far?
It's too crowded. Sorry. It's too crowded, but I love it. I love meeting new nations. I love meeting the Pacific families around the globe. And I love it. I'm starting to love it now.
This is really moving. It's great to connect with all the different islands and cultures, and what's really fun and really empowering is to celebrate what we share. And I thought the performances last night, and more importantly their speeches or their gifts and their descriptions of why they are here, were really very moving, and it was just great to celebrate that we are together, and a lot of them pointed that out, so I was very happy about that. They pointed out that we're together here in unity for, preservation, for celebration, for really living our culture, and then they brought up issues that their countries are facing, and I thought that was very important, and it made us all remember, we were all reminded of each different country's issues, and that many of them we share together, such as climate change, which is the theme of this whole FestPAC, and very appropriately. So I hope that this will also motivate all of us to joint action to take care of each other, and that's what I think it is going to do.
I think my reflection would be that it's just a lot of energy coming together, a lot of people from different islands bringing their culture, bringing their ancestors, and coming to Hawaii where, there's so many more people and a lot more ancestors. So in a way it kind of feels like we're all coming together and, celebrating one another. It's very powerful. There's been a few times where I've kind of teared up a little bit, yeah. Especially seeing all the dances and just seeing how much work that the different cultures put into their performances and their presentations. It's really amazing.
We'll have more from the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture right after this.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Welcome back to our special program covering the Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture in Hawaii. Now, the festivities not only brought us to many amazing places on island, it also brought us to the water. That's where community members got the chance to sail on traditional canoes.
Oh, it's an honor for me to bring Mikhaila over here to be part of the FestPAC 13. The significance of like that, it's so when I look at it, sailing with the flying proa together, we're showing people that we're like one family. We're seafarers from Micronesia. It doesn't matter if you're like from Tuvalu or from Guam or Iap. We have the same interest, like in seafarings, and that's why like I really want to do this for the young generation to learn. Keep telling your kids to participate in these kind of things, because like very soon we're gonna lose it. Very soon we're gonna lose it if we don't make our kids like motivate them to be part of our culture. Seafaring culture. It's everything is like about culture, the way I look at it. Yeah, revive your culture, and then you're gonna be all right.
I think it means a lot to all of us, but speaking on behalf of myself, I feel that we're not just representing the Famalawan of the CNMI, but we're also representing the Marianas. We're representing Hawaii. I had so many Hawaiian ladies come and give their support, encouragement, and how much they are proud of us for being here as females. And so I really feel that we're not just a small CNMI representation, but we are representing half of the population of the earth, and a big part of that is the Pacific.
Anyone else want to share an answer to that?
I like to think that being here means sharing space with our Pacific brothers and sisters across the region. And I think it's important because when I think about how isolated each of our island nations are, it's the canoes that bring us together, and that just traces back to thousands of years ago. So having a voyaging festival at FestPAC, being here and now, and even in the wake of modern day materials and not being able to use wood as we did back then, it's the idea that in this space we're connected, and we're connected to the ocean, to our land, to our ancestors. So that's what it means to me.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for so many people back home that decided to make these canoes. We wouldn't be able to do this without the Carolinians for teaching us how to sail. I see how many canoes we were able to bring from the Marianas, and it's so inspiring to see all the canoes that showed up. But I love seeing how many came from the Marianas, and it took a lot of work from a lot of different people to get us here. So I'm just super thankful.
I think I'm really thankful for everything I learned from 500 Sails. That's what taught me how to sail these canoes, and I really enjoyed the Lalatsik program and all of that, and it was just an honor to be able to participate in this ceremony.
Yeah, the experience has been awesome. A bit, first time we're here at FestPAC, and we definitely are glad to be here. And itself. Well, we sailed some of the canoes over from the east side of the island. That was an adventure for sure. We saw a lot of unique things out there that we normally don't see back home, which entailed mostly large waves. But yeah, just to be amongst all these different canoes, the organizer was just saying that she thinks this may have been the most canoes that have been here in over 100 years at one time. Yeah, it's great to be part of the seafaring community and family of the Pacific, and to share our stories with them and a heritage that we want to keep going. Chamorro and Rafalawash culture.
Anything else you want to share with the community watching at home? You guys are still out here for a few more days, right?
Yeah, we just ask you guys to continue to pray for us out here, and we hope everyone's safe back home. We hope we've done you proud, and we definitely look forward to seeing all of you back in Saipan Lagoon. Come out and sail with us. 500 Sails is always there for the community, and it's part of our DNA, so don't hesitate to join.
We'll have more from the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture right after this.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. That's not the wrong when there ain't no song. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when I make a move. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when let's take a break. There's no use. My mood when I make a move. This is my mood when
Hey Nick, you going viral? Cause I don't really try, I'm just athletic. I ain't really high, I'm just level-headed. Tell me why the click looking magnetic. Tell me in the city when I'm back in it.
Thanks for joining us as we continue our special program covering the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture in Hawaii. Our coverage brought us to the Bishop Museum, where we met traditional carvers and tattoo artists.
Hi, my name is Robert Titano. I'm representing Guam. We're over here carving a truce paddle. Every delegate has to, give one to the museum. So this is a part of my or Guam's own introduction or gift to them. So a little bit late behind, but I'll catch up. We're gonna do it. Make Guam shine.
And tell us a little bit about your family history, because you're not the first carver, and this runs in your family, no?
Oh yeah, my dad, the master, just passed 2022, so we're just reviving the culture. I'm just filling in his spot, and it's fun to represent Guam.
And your dad's name is also?
Yeah, Robert Titano, the master.
Right.
Robert Titano.
So what is it? This is not your first FestPAC, or how does this feel to be part of this village? You guys are all kind of working towards the same thing here, no?
Yeah, besides the paddle gift, it's all everybody collaborating and then, all working together. Right now, it's been all positive vibes ever since we got here, and that's how we like to keep it, And then, you could collaborate all your art together and learn some things, too.
All right, anything else you want to let people in Guam know while you're here?
Have a good time in Hawaii.
My name is Albert Emononti. I'm representing CNMI. It's my first time here in Hawaii to join the FestPAC, so it's good. I learn a lot from some different countries, so I get, I learn some more from it. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Tyler Warwick. I'm here from the CNMI, also representing for carving. It feels great. I feel awesome being around all the carvers and learning from them, talking with them, eating with them, sleeping with them. We're staying here together also, and it's a one-of-a-kind experience, and I'm very grateful and honored to be here to represent Saipan.
And what about you? It's also your first time. How are you feeling? What's the experience?
It's my first time here in Hawaii, so I've been seeing different kind of people, learning different kind of things from the other countries, so it's good. It's an opportunity for me to learn.
So can you tell us what you're working on? Because we saw you working on something, so yeah, just explain what you're doing.
So here we showed up and we're tasked to carve a 14-foot long steering paddle for the double hull canoe. So everybody, they gave us a pre-cut slab, a 4-inch thick slab of dauk, and then they gave us a handle, which was a 4x4 pre-cut ohia tree. So they give us the opportunity. They just let us do whatever we want to do, how we feel. We want to decorate the paddle. So basically, we're carving a 14-foot long paddle that with decorated by stuff that represent us from our islands.
And thank you so much for joining us on this special program featuring FestPAC Hawaii as we follow Team Guam, CNMI, and delegates from across the Pacific at the world's largest celebration of Indigenous Pacific Islanders. I'm Tomas